was on radio the other day.
Sometimes they need telling.
I was on radio the other day, and my wife said to me, "Ray, you sounded so angry on the radio." I wasn't angry. I was passionate about what I'm saying. Theo Walcott needs to leave Arsenal to play. He's got to play football.
He ain't going to leave when he's on 140 grand a week. He's on easy street. The football has become secondary at best.
Thank you very much, Adrian. This is exactly what I'm saying. Thank you very much.
So it's down to man management. Harry instilled it into Gareth Bale.
It's nothing to do with man management. It's down to the person that pulls on the boots. It's not the manager. The player has to want to play. Now, if this young man don't want to go away and get £80,000 a week rather than 120, whose fault's that? The manager or is that the player? I want to play football. I don't want to sit with my backside getting splinters.
Okay, Ray, let's go back to something you said earlier, which is sort of another way of looking at this exact same debate. You said that back in 1996 there were 5 proper blokes in that England side.
Yes, I did.
Your implication was that now there aren't any in the current England side. So what do we do then as a country to instill that character into the current players? How do you do it?
Can I just clarify that? Did I say there were no blokes?
Okay, well, how many
No, hang on a sec.
Characters...
Did I say there were no blokes? No, I didn't, did I?
Clarify what you meant.
What I said was that we had guys that you can imagine in that dressing room were ripping the heads off the other guys because we weren't performing. And that's what... I'm sorry, guys, that I've been very fortunate. I've been in loads of dressing rooms as a coach, as a player, and I've been with real fellas whereby it's not going well for us. And we roll our sleeves up. And before the manager even comes into the dressing room, it's sorted. Because we'll have a row, we'll have a fight, we'll do this, we'll do that. Does it happen anymore? I don't see that happening. What they do... I remember the other night against... Iceland. And Danny Rose came to the sideline with about 3 minutes to go of injury time. And he was asking one of the coaches, what do we do? Well, I'm sorry, what do you mean, what do we do? Just get in there and do the business.
But you're telling me that... Well, I'm just about to say, the England manager is on a lot of money. So does he have to do nothing?
He has to pick a squad. He has to put the tactics down as the players play.
When it's going wrong mid-game, does he do nothing? Does he just say it's up to you lot?
Oh, no. But you must always get, Adrian, in any team sport, these young men have to get together at some stage, not ask him what's going on, you sort it out yourselves. And that's a fact of life. Alex Ferguson didn't have all those guys playing for Manchester United because they were wonderful footballers. He had those guys playing for Manchester United because they knew what the score was. And that's a fact of life.
What Alex Ferguson did, he went around to somebody's house where there was a party, and he pulled Ryan Giggs out of that party. That's man management.
Brilliant.
He chucked a boot in David Beckham's eye, whether you agree with this right or wrong. That's what he felt would be the right thing to do in that situation.
And David's never suffered, is he? But he's never suffered, David, is he?
No, I'm saying, so what we need is an England manager. I think we need an England manager. We had Roy Hodgson. You just heard him in a little quote before saying, oh, we've got great strikers, fantastic strikers. I work with them every day.
We don't have great strikers. We don't have great strikers.
Well, that's right. He shouldn't keep telling them they're great then. If he keeps telling them they're brilliant, he's putting his arm around Jordan Henderson saying, it doesn't matter if you've not been fit, I'm going to pick you. Don't say that.
I admire you immensely what you do, I've got to say. But we don't have great footballers. The word great is used far too often in this footballing world.
But it's Roy saying it, not me.
No, but we don't. We have very, very good footballers. That's what we have. We don't have world-class footballers. Wales do. They produced a couple over the last 15 years. One Ryan Giggs, and now we've got Gareth Bale. Kicking our backsides. And they are producing, not purely and simply because it's a sports psychologist. What it is, they're kicking a ball up against the wall and controlling it when it comes back.
Right. Thanks for that. Let's keep going with this. Loads of people want their say on it as well. Listen, I can't work out, still can't work out if it's mainly down to the players or the manager. What do you think? 08717 223344. Paris, Ray Wilkins is back in London giving...
My word, it's so nice to hear someone Talk some sense,
Forthright
mate,
views.
honestly. No, sense. Sense.
He's
If
talking
that
about
young
me.
man was his... Adrian, good grief. That young man was spot on.
I agree with him, though. That's the point. It is the players, and it's Roy.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Roy picks the
Right.
squad, and that's his
Roy
gig.
has to do... The
Exactly.
England manager has to do some work. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Oh, there's no doubt about that whatsoever, my friend. But the players have to perform. Stop putting our
Absolutely
players
they
on a
do.
pedestal.
No, I'm not.
We might not
when
be.
When did we do that?
We've been knocking them off the pedestal
When
for the
did
last
we
hour.
do
and
that?
three
Oh, I'm
quarters.
well aware of the fact
Here's
it's
the
all
view,
the
Ray. Here's
manager's
the view.
fault. What I've got to
Now,
say,
I'll tell
guys,
you what-
is
I'll tell you what,
the
Ray,
players
you-
might not be as good as we think they are, and that goes back to when I played as well.
Good. I don't think they're that good. Listen, let me get this straight. I think that because you've said a lot and it's all been very listenable, Ray, I don't think you've fully understood exactly what my
I wonder
certainly
what
my
you was
point
going
of
to
view-
say there.
My point of view on the players is I think they're actually decent players. They're certainly better than the performance, the very pathetic performance
Absolutely.
they put in against Iceland.
Yes.
I don't mind losing to Iceland. It's the manner of the defeat, as Jim Proudfoot said earlier. Totally agree with what he said. Now, I believe when it comes to England, the players aren't given the tools to express themselves. So, I think that they're better than what they're showing. So you look at that Iceland performance, and Jim, you were there, Nigel, you were there. Look at that Iceland performance. They are staying where they are in their positions. They are trying to pass the ball. There's no urgency. There's no movement. There's no brightness. There's no wit. And all of that stuff, or is it that they're told they're brilliant, they're living this life of luxury in this bubble, so they suddenly stop expressing themselves because they think they've achieved already? It's not about whether they're good or bad. They're clearly better than that Iceland performance.
Nigel, what?
Hang on, I want to hear from Nigel.
Oh, no, most certainly.
They played some decent stuff,
Yeah,
didn't they?
cut
they
me
played
off
well
in
without-
midstream. That's no problem.
They played well against Russia without scoring until they did, and of course they didn't see out the game. I mean, Stan uses the phrase in-game management, and he's absolutely right. The in-game management, both in the technical area, out on the field, was lamentable, really.
He hasn't played at that level. He doesn't know what's going on at that period in the game.
He played for England.
Yeah, how many times?
3.
3, did he really? So he understands what's going on at that level, does he? No, he doesn't, because it wasn't in a competition. It wasn't in where we've just been.
But is it not a relevant point, though, Ray?
Hang on, Ray, you can't tell me. I mean, there's loads of people listening to this who've never played at that level. You can't tell me their
Absolutely.
opinions are worthless.
Oh, no.
That's ridiculous.
No,
In fact,
Adrian,
it's insulting,
Adrian,
really.
What I do apologise if I've insulted anybody, but what I would say is that everybody has their opinion, and that's what I would give. Everybody within football has their opinion, whether it be a supporter, but what I would say, Adrian, I'm not a broadcaster. I would never question you on broadcasting. But in football, we can question anybody. Because that is the way it is. Because everybody has their opinion. I know nothing as far as broadcasting is concerned. I would never even come in the same breath as you.
Yeah, but you
as
can
far
tell
as
me if you
broadcasting.
like me or not, and I'm not bothered about that.
I don't give a toss, mate.
We all make... Hang on, as England fans and as club
You
fans
make
as well...
an opinion.
No. We make an emotional, and a lot of us make a financial investment, lifelong, into that, and that's why, as
No, that's a
fans,
fair
whether
comment.
we played or not, we all have the right to have an opinion and the right to be heard as well. That's why I was so annoyed
I
with Roy
couldn't agree
Hodgson
more.
sitting there saying, I don't know why I'm here.
No,
You're
Roy was
there
out of order.
because
Roy was out
hang
of
on,
order.
England fans were threatened with machetes in Marseille, spending thousands to go there to watch games. They want an answer from
Adrian,
you, Roy
I've got
Hodgson.
to say, when Roy said that, I felt... I wanted to slap him aside the face, honestly, because he owed us a situation there, and I said that on the radio with Alan, that Roy needed to go on the television and he needed to explain what went wonky, and that's his job. That's his job. Don't ever get me wrong, Adrian. Everybody on this footballing planet has their opinion. But what I've got to say is, it's not a professional opinion. It's an opinion of the person. Now, we can do that all day long, but at the end of the day, I was just looking back at this 1996 squad, and I've got to say, none of these guys playing today would have been in that team.
Okay, so that then, Ray, begs a much bigger question to reverse it.
Nigel, we get to these... sorry, Jim, I do apologise.
No problem.
When we get to these situations and we play in the under-21 tournament in Toulon, we win it. We win it comfortably. What happens now with these players? The two best players that England had on the England situation were two Chelsea players. Loftus-Cheek. Are you telling me Loftus-Cheek isn't as good as Dele Alli? The difference is Dele Alli's been given an opportunity. Loftus-Cheek has not been given an opportunity. The other player playing Chelsea is in Holland. He's not come back into the Premier League. He was one of the best players in that tournament, and he's going to Holland to play. We have to play these players in our football for these guys to understand what the situation is. Not an
okay,
easy...
so Ray, I promise you, I'm not putting words into your mouth by saying this.
You
but
never do that, Jim.
No, I know, and I don't want to. But from that point of view, then, did Chelsea have a responsibility to loan Lewis Baker to another Premier League side or a Championship side so he's getting experience of English football?
Thank you
or do
very
they have
much,
a
Jim, for giving me
responsibility
Lewis
of him
Baker.
playing in the first team?
Thank you for giving me Lewis Baker. I forgot his name. I do apologise, Lewis. Now, what I would say, Jim, is that it's not Chelsea's responsibility. No, it's not. It's the person.
No, I agree.
It's the
I
player's
agree with that.
responsibility.
So should
You
Lewis
have
be going
make
to Chelsea
sure-
and saying, don't send me to Vitesse, send me to somewhere else?
No, Lewis should be saying to Chelsea, sell me. Get shot of me. And so should Loftus-Cheek. If he's not going to be in that first team this year, sell me. Get rid of me. I want to go and play football. I'm not here to sit on my backside in the under-21s on whatever I earn, and good luck to him whatever he earns. But sell me. I need to play football. And if I don't play football, I will never improve. When I saw that young man playing too long, Loftus-Cheek, he coasted through them. When I've seen him play at Chelsea, he coasts through the game. He's a proper footballer, this young man, but he's not been given an opportunity. That's not Chelsea's situation. That's his situation. Go and play for Southampton or whoever. But just leave. Same as Theo Walcott. Leave and go and play.
I have to agree with you.
No,
Ray,
I'm passionate,
totally
Adrian. I've got the ump now.
I agree with
I've
you.
got the ump. I've got the ump now.
I can sense that.
I do apologise. I've got the hump.
That's all right. I like that passion. We all care passionately about England. This is why we're having this inquest. Let's take a quick call. Jules is an Arsenal fan. Has got something to say. How you doing, Jules?
Hey, how you doing?
Jules, how you doing, buddy?
All right, thanks.
Good. You don't like
What's your
football,
thoughts,
then?
mate?
No, I merely asked a question, Jules.
I just want to make the point that the problem, in my opinion, is bigger than the manager and the players. The problem is that we don't have a national system.
Was you ever told about a system? Was you ever told about this, that and the other? Or was you just told, go and have some fun, Jules?
When I got older, I was told about a system.
Yeah, really, when you got older. No, but as a young kid, you have to go and play. When it comes to competitions and that, yes, you take everything on board. But my word, just go and enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, but at the professional level, you've got to have the system there. And this is the difference between...
Like England to have set up exactly the same way as Wales. But bearing in mind, we have beaten Wales in these Euros. We have actually beaten Wales and made them look very, very ordinary. So bearing in mind that we've beaten them, would you like us to sit back on the edge of our penalty box and just suck it up and hope that one player might be able to do something? Is that we all get so involved in systems and what we do. Do you want to see us sit on the edge of the box and then try and score a goal?
If everyone on the team knew that when at school, when your manager didn't turn up and someone's dad tries to manage the team, we're just trying to throw all the players on the pitch and hope they do something.
Jules, I think you're right. That was what was happening against Iceland. It was like
Adrian, do one.
No,
you can't do that, fella. You can't do that.
What? Can't do what?
We just lobbed them all on the field and get on with it. You can't.
Well, what was the message to Jack Wilshere when he went on against Iceland? I mean, it was just go on there and do something. Well, what? Do England have an identity? Just to answer Jules' question, England do have an identity. Who knows whether it's going to work?
You're a bad man.
What we're going to do, Ray, is going to say goodbye to you because you've been thoroughly entertaining and we need an hour to recover. So do you want your final word? Glenn Hoddle to be the next manager. Can you see in the next 20 years England doing...
Adrian, unfortunately, I said many moons ago that in my lifetime, and I sincerely hope I've got a lot of years to go, we will not win the World Cup. 1758 here, it's probably 1858 where you are.
Yep.
You've been an absolute pain in the backside for a couple of hours, and stay well and safe.
You've been the loosest cannon I've ever worked with, Wilkins. You stay safe back in London and watch out for Trafalgar Square. Ray Wilkins has
Cheers,
been
Ray.
absolutely
Cheers, Ray.
on fire.
Till then, my darling, please wait for me. Till then, no matter when it will be.